This is his first pickup attempt. And it is true that oftentimes to really do approaches well, to pick up girls well, you generally do have to risk embarrassment. That's just the way it is. It's just like, you have to go up and you have to shoot your shot or whatever. And sometimes it doesn't go well, and sometimes you embarrass yourself. And you have to go in knowing that you're going to embarrass yourself, or there's the possibility of you embarrassing yourself.
Well, will you go out with me?
What? No!
No?
No!
No.
Hey, Pat, she just told you.
Why not?
I don't know, because I don't want to.
All right, well, you leave me no other choice then.
Oh my God.
But you also have to remember that if you don't go in a way that is possible to embarrass you, that you'll be embarrassed, then it's very unlikely to work. So that's like what most guys try to do. They try and do it in a way that is so subtle that they don't have to risk embarrassment. But then because of that, it's weak and girls are not very responsive to it. Now, he didn't, get the girl, but he made a strong impression, and so that's often the most important first step, is to make that strong impression. And when you go in and approach a girl in a way where you don't make a strong impression, that means that you probably are not putting yourself in any kind of situation where you could be embarrassed. You're playing it too safe.
You remember me?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Underwear, was it?
Oh, yeah.
How could I forget?
Okay, so this is his second attempt to approach her. And he goes up and talks to her on the street, and she essentially accuses him of being a player, because she says, "Oh, I saw you with Little Miss Ribbons," which also tells you that she was paying attention. Now, obviously, we don't know what was going on with Little Miss Ribbons and who this chick was. But the point is that she sort of is saying, "Oh yeah, you're saying all this stuff to me, but you just say that to all the girls. I don't really believe you. You're a player." And the whole idea is that because he's just a little bit nervous, there's this implication that he's not really a player. Now, in that generally speaking, this is not the way to handle this situation. And as Dixinski is pointing out, one of the main reasons why bad approaches can work is because you're really attractive. If you're really attractive, lots of things that shouldn't work can work. But from a perspective of actually doing an approach, this is really bad. Especially this whole thing when he's like, "Oh, I can be what you want me to be." It's like, what is that? Now, of course, this is what, from a woman's perspective, it's like, "Oh, if I could have a handsome guy who basically from the beginning wants to do what I want him to do, then that will be great." But the reality is that handsome, good looking guys who have lots of options are not like that. They're not so focused on one and smitten with one particular girl. Usually, not usually. I mean, there are a few, right? But that's, the reality is that guys like that are on Tinder, and they've got a new girl or three new girls coming through every week, or maybe more coming through every week. And they're not, immediately totally smitten with one girl. But, as as one of the main points of this entire project, Chick Flicks Explained, is to look at these movies to sort of see what women's sort of fantasies are, what their desires are, how they would like the world to be, which, if you look at porn, that's what guys would like the world to be.
To help other people find this channel and to help us grow, and to make sure you don't miss the next one, like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time.